And now we're all back together again here at FC Bayern, working to create a new era for the club, which, of course, is an extraordinary story.
Finally, another test. It's been so long since I had a test.
Isn't it wonderful?
Hi there.
Hello. Left or right side?
That's okay, I can do it myself.
Okay.
I think we did thousands of tests over the entire season, on game days, on training days, and usually we went far beyond the DFL regulations to be sure that, in the end, absolutely no one would be contagious during training sessions or on match days.
Say ah.
The players, staff, and coaches all have a life outside our facilities, too, so naturally there's a chance someone could get infected with COVID despite the protective measures. No soccer team can protect itself 100% from COVID, and so we all have to go through this together.
Hey, Brazzo, don't run away. Last night we got a response.
I better go then.
And off you go. So, the word from the Munich Health Department. Finally. They're insisting that we officially apply for a special permit.
But one thing's for sure, if we don't get the approval beforehand, then everything goes south.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. I talked to Roland this morning, because we're not getting anywhere with this back and forth.
Wait, what do you mean?
I think writing to them is just going to take too long, so I need to call them to get this settled.
Kathleen, let's go. The meeting is starting now.
Mamma mia. Welcome to my life. It was urgent. We're in a meeting, and then it's clear that everything else has to be put on hold. This is the way it works with a team. And later, I sit here by myself, and I have to catch up. That's just how it works. At times, you have to put your own life on hold because it's all about the team. And once the meeting is over, then you pick up where you left off. Morning, Leroy. Basically, my job is to create perfect working conditions for everyone on the team. And to that end, I need to create a balance between the economic needs of the club and the sports aspect of the team.
She's the best. She really is a star. Not just to me, to all of us. To all of us. Just imagine taking care of 23 dudes. Really. You write her a message on WhatsApp, she doesn't forget a thing. She's a bit like our mom. And our big sister. She's also someone that I can talk to about deeper things and private things. She really does an amazing job. Amazing.
I've been doing this thing for about a week and a half now, and I've scored a goal in almost every game. So I'm going to keep doing this, right? Yeah. Actually, you know, I once said the moment cameras come into the dressing room, I'll stop playing soccer. But right now, it's just so much fun to play.
With one foot on it, take the step and then go into the diagonal. Left thigh goes horizontal, just like that. 10 times. Go. One. Once again.
It all started for me when I was around 5 years old. All my friends were running around in FC Bayern jerseys. No question about what I wanted for my birthday. An official FC Bayern t-shirt. That's all I wanted. I've been a high achiever since I was a kid, but I never could have guessed I'd become a player at FC Bayern. First thing you gotta do is try to get good enough to be a professional. And of course, the highly competitive mentality that drives everyone at FC Bayern really affected me from the beginning as well. That warrior attitude really resonated with me. Everyone who is here is special because they've all fought and proven themselves in the trenches against many others.
Come on, Thomas.
Let's keep going or we'll lose the rhythm. It's always the same with you once you start talking.
Even Holger here, like all of us, he's totally career obsessed. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been able to sleep his way up the ladder.
He's a really, really great guy. Extremely funny, but at times also extremely annoying. You just can't find the button to switch him off when you need to.
I've never met a player who is more annoying during training or on the field than Thomas Müller. How is it that he's such a great player? When you look at him, you'd think he's kind of awkward, but he has exceptional instincts. Even though he's all arms and legs, when he sees an opportunity, it seems like he can move faster than anybody else.
He's got a very unique quality that I've never seen before. There is no question. He's one of the best German players ever.
He's extraordinarily efficient. He's incredibly smart, and he has like a sixth sense for soccer. His moves sometimes look unusual, but they are always the right moves, even brilliant ones.
He's a free instinct, and you have to go there and move wherever you want. And after I took over Bayern Munich, maybe I took a little bit time to understand him. It was my mistake. He's a top mensch.
We could have a really great time with him. But when you play against him, it's highly competitive and it's uncomfortable. You clearly see his hatred of anything non-FC Bayern. And that makes it really hard to even just talk to each other. Now that I think of it, I guess that's why we've never done it.
To keep winning again and again, a lot of times you gotta be rude. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but it is kind of my personal philosophy. Not too many people like that, but then again, how many people like the guy who wins all the time? Right?
Hold the end position a bit. Good. Yeah, exactly like that.
The Club World Championship in Doha is taking place at a time when we can't make sports our first priority. Because from an ethical and moral point of view, and as far as everything that pertains to the human race, there are currently more important things we're facing, such as our survival. But if you have the chance to play the most successful season in 121 years in the shadow of all the legends of the past, then you want to make that happen if you can. I mean, a year ago, who would have thought this team would come so far and get to have an opportunity like this?
Good afternoon and welcome to Bundesliga football. Welcome to Frankfurt. Taking place with Gonzalo Paciencia up against Jerome Boateng. Paciencia! That's going to be a foul, that's going to be a penalty.
Es gibt sogar die rote Karte für Boateng.
Red card for Boateng.
Bayern jetzt also.
One man short for 80 minutes.
In Unterzahl.
The flank cross from the right. Chance for a shot. Deflected, and there it is. Bayern is down 1-0.
We had a bit of a slump last year when we didn't get the results we wanted. Didn't play the soccer we wanted to. And didn't win the games.
And there's the goal. That's painful for Bayern.
I wonder what's going through his mind and through their mind.
The offensive fireworks are missing. They don't have the forward momentum because they're not confident. They're just going through the motions.
There is a lack of speed and drive.
You have to live with the team you have. We just lost Mats Hummels.
There is often a lack of professionalism.
So you have to ask yourself, what can be done with this team?
Koeman is a consideration.
Pavard, as a world champion, he used to be with a team that no longer cut it in the Bundesliga.
The transfer policy?
If you think about the kind of money they spent,
in November 2019, we lost 5-1 in Frankfurt. And you got the impression that the team played anything but FC Bayern-style soccer. Then, that Sunday, we decided that Nico and the team should go our separate ways. I think Dortmund was top of the league at that point. We were 5th or 6th. Hansi was assistant coach at the time, and we wanted him to step in as head coach. Until further notice.
Hi, Hansi. Hi. I guess there are a lot of questions, so let's get started.
The step up to head coach is definitely huge. So there was a lot of discussion within the club, like, will he be able to get the job done? And so on and so forth.
Hansi Flick in his first game as head coach in the Bundesliga with FC Bayern.
FC Bayern. Here we go. Bayern against Dortmund. Always an important game, always with great repercussions.
Attack from Bayern on the right side. Cross from Gnabry in the middle. Pavard once more in the middle, and Lewandowski. Goal!
Lewandowski is there. Found Gnabry scores! Lewandowski, Müller. Lewandowski! 76 minutes played.
Hansi Flick, his nature, his personality, the way he is. He fits like a glove. It was like magic, incredible. And all of a sudden, they start flying.
We just exploded out there. We outdid ourselves. With every success we had, we got more self-confident. It was like a tornado that just gets bigger and bigger as it gains momentum.
The Canadian speed is unmatched.
The joy, the enthusiasm, the quality of play. Even people who aren't soccer fans were thrilled and impressed with the way FC Bayern played soccer.
On March 8th, we had a game against Augsburg with a sold-out stadium.
When we went into lockdown, we made all the right decisions and adjusted the training program from day one to keep the momentum going.
We've got Lucas. Here's the next. Perfect.
It didn't even take 2 days to implement a new strategy. So we managed to seamlessly continue the training program for our guys.
Okay, let's get started. Have fun, guys.
It worked like clockwork, and we were able to stick to our full training routine throughout the lockdown.
I guess we'll have to get used to empty stadiums. But at least the games have started again in the Bundesliga. FC Bayern is guest today at Borussia Dortmund.
We were so confident about ourselves. We had such an amazing attitude.
What impressed me most was this incredible determination. They didn't try to hold the ball, even though it was 4-0. They just kept pushing on and on.
It was outstanding what the team achieved back there. And what an overwhelming joy it was to be part of it.
We didn't play games. We crushed everything that got in our way. We basically overran everything. That culminated in the Champions League tournament in Lisbon.
We have perfect conditions here. I have to say, it almost feels like a vacation.
There was an atmosphere that was incredibly positive, where I always had the feeling like the boys are really up to something big.
Honestly, I think those 2.5 weeks were the most wonderful part of my career.
Thomas Müller, who passes to Lewandowski. That's little 1-2, and here's the 1-0 for Bayern Munich.
It was pure enjoyment. This team plays soccer on an incredibly high level.
The way they play is they are machines. They go forward. I'm a big fan, so I was sitting there and said, "Ah, how good, how attractive."
Go, go, go!
When you watch a game like this, crushing a great team like Barcelona, it just feels like you're flying. Just imagine if our fans had been there, filling the 70,000-seat stadium. The place would have been rocking.
This is a true rout, a show of dominance.
The clear favorite for the Champions League title, FC Bayern Munich.
You did it again. Badass.
I remember the headlines the next day. The whole world said, this is a phenomenal team that is playing here, and who can beat them?
And here come the Bayern side, led out by Captain Manuel Neuer, of course. A mixture of calm, composure, and some smiles early on, Serge Gnabry in particular. Do not change a winning team. The attitude from Hansi Flick, the coach.
And then the boys realized more and more, hey, this is a huge opportunity here.
Hasn't run out of space, goes for it, oh, what a goal!
This intoxicating feeling that arises all of a sudden.
Into the center, and how has that not got it, but now it has!
The legendary Bertie Vogts once said, if you want to win a tournament, you have to catch the right cloud. And once you're on it, you will just float right through the tournament. The boys definitely got the right cloud.
Lewandowski! Are in the Champions League final for the first time since having won it back in 2013.
This bond among 11 friends, a family spirit that was considered long gone in soccer, this team is absolutely living it.
It was wonderful to see this incredible morale that this team had. And I thought, okay, there's a real team spirit here, so they're going to win a lot.
Basically, they were the same players, but Hansi had the uncanny ability to bring them together as a team. That's a talent that is truly extraordinary.
To me, it was clear that Bayern would win. I still think of myself as part of FC Bayern, sorry. You see their body language, their presence on the field, you see that these guys are truly together. And also on the bench, even the PT team, everyone.
It is UEFA Champions League night, and FC Bayern München are involved. Still goosebumps. It doesn't matter if anyone's here or not. The Champions League final.
Are you ready?
Get lost.
The more you win, the more self-confidence you have. And the more self-confidence you have, the more you will win.
I ranked Bayern number 1. An average performance was beneath them because, to me, Bayern was the strongest team. But then, of course, it's soccer. So you know, anything can happen.
The ball was on the top right. Serge